Good morning, Hong Kong, and welcome back to another episode of Hong Kong Insurance 101. This week, we're going to be talking about contracts and what a contract means for your insurance. If you remember, last week in our last video, we looked at different types of risk, and we offered a definition for insurance that was an equitable exchange of risk from one party to another for a predetermined fee. The actual mechanism by which the risk is exchanged is the insurance policy, also known as the contract of insurance. It is the insurance contract which governs all aspects of your coverage, including your rights and the insurance company's rights for the duration of the policy. All insurance coverage contains a contract and is based on the contractual obligations of the policyholder and the policy provider. A contract, in common parlance, is an agreement enforceable under law. That is to say, that a contract is a promise or commitment by one party in return for a promise or commitment from another party. However, it's not enough that two parties simply come to a commitment or an agreement. There must be some legal ramifications for enforcing that agreement under law. As such, a contract is different from an agreement in that it is legally enforceable. Although the agreement of the contract may be fairly intangible, and insurance policies themselves are not contracts, the policy is evidence that a contract of insurance does exist, even if the physical insurance policy is no longer in existence. The contract of coverage being provided is still in operation. For example, if you held a fire insurance policy on your home and your home was burned down, causing the loss of your physical insurance policy, the insurer would not deny coverage because of this. The contract behind those documents that were lost in the fire is still in force. Now, when looking at insurance in Hong Kong, there are generally 6 different areas to be understood when we're talking about contracts. Number 1, offer. Without an offer, no agreement can be made between 2 or more parties. For the purpose of insurance, the offerer, the party making the offer, could be either the insured or the insurance company. 2, acceptance. Unless the other party, the offeree, accepts the offer being provided, no contract can be made. Without acceptance, there is no agreement and consequently no contract. In order for an offer to be accepted, all terms of the offer must be accepted prior to the conclusion of any contract. Number 3, consideration. When dealing with contracts, consideration is the price, whether monetary or otherwise, being paid for the contract. We could also look at consideration as the promises being undertaken by the contract. And in the case of simple contracts, which are most Hong Kong insurance policies, a promise must be given by both parties involved. Number 4, capacity to contract. This is very important as a party is only able to enter into a contract for which they have the interest or capacity to do so. This means that children and individuals with severe mental illnesses, including dementia or Alzheimer's, are generally unable to enter into a contract of insurance because they lack the legal capacity to do so. They are incapacitated. Number 5, legality of activities. Any contract must be legal if it is to be enforceable. Remember, a contract is an agreement enforceable under law. As such, any contract to commit a crime would not be valid because the acts being contracted are themselves illegal. Number 6, intention of legality. The final area that makes insurance contracts valid in Hong Kong is the intention for the contract to have legal outcomes. Although this is not normally a problem, as when it comes to commercial agreements, they're almost always assumed to have a legal consequence. Choosing to obtain insurance is an important decision. You are opting to enter into a legal contract with very clearly defined terms and conditions. It is important that you understand the ramifications of those decisions, especially as you are creating a legal relationship between the entities you choose to contract your insurance through. That's us for this week. As always, we hope you have a happy and healthy weekend. Please remember to like and subscribe to stay current with all our content as it comes out. And don't forget to ask CCW. We're simplifying your insurance.